So the same workflow will be used in the events. For the lifecycle events, for the joiner. Here the same workflow will be selected, which means whenever the employee is going to onboard the first thing, a D account will be created so that he can log in into his Windows system. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So you're saying that how it can be done? Yeah. What would be the steps for that? So usually we'll create one event, join an event. Okay, so we have to select the event type. Here I'm going to mention the workflow name. Which workflow? The workflow. Already I have customized. So using this here, you can clearly check here. We are going to create Active Directory account. Okay, I have used this method. The operation is going to be created. Which application? For which application I'm going to create for Active Directory. So here I'm going to create a SAM account name. What is the primary group DN? The primary group DN, which means the default one. You might know. So the domain users will be default one. So we have to add, or else you'll end up with error. So object type. You have to mention password each and everything. So this is how you're going to create Active Directory. So this is the custom workflow which created. And where do we go and create custom workflows? So in this workflow tab, only just go here. Click on new. You can create some custom workflow from here on. Now, this is a debug, but can we create it from the Sailpoint? Non-custom the IQ console. No, I have created from here only. Here you can check the timestamp. 4th of December. I have created this workflow. Okay, my question is going to debug and creating. I do understand we can go and take a copy of any object and debug and twist it. But if we have to create a fresh workflow, just assuming there is no workflow in system right now, and we have to create a fresh workflow, is there any options? Usually, I'll prefer to create from here. If you have Eclipse configured in your project, then you can create from Eclipse or else here only. We have two options. So do we get some kind of a sample workflows already in Sailpoint so that we can copy and we can start taking it from there? Sample workflow? I'm not sure. I think no. Or else you can get it from Compass page, community page. Once in a while, definitely you'll get. I don't think so. We have a reference. Okay, so all right. Can you share this file, at least so that I have the code in this file and the workflow file? So here you can check the timestamp. 4th of December. I have started to create. Okay, so here you are able to check the timestamp right when it's created. So this is how we are going to provide Active Directory of phone. So before Sailpoint, 100%. I'm sure I used to create accounts manually because I was in the team. 9 years back. But the for Sailpoint is okay. Sailpoint has an identity and access management solution as a duty of doing the automation. That's why they are buying it right. So this is how, in the back end, we have to create some custom workflow. So it will create the account automatically. So no need to create manually. Using this. If you want, let me cover. I'll show you, whenever the employee is going to join, how the Active Directory account is going to be in the back end, and how it recognizes that it's a join event. How it is recognized. So, based on some attribute change or based on this event type. So is it going to be whenever manager is going to transfer, or any attribute change, or any rule, or any create? Something like this. Based on that, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Okay, all right. I still have to talk, then that's okay. So we have submitted on an access request, and we got end up with error. So far you're clear, right, how the AD account is going to get create. Vinay. Yeah, I'm following that workflow need to be executed and workflow has the code written to create the Active Directory account. This is what you mentioned, right? Which somehow looks unusual to me. I understand if we are doing so many things, we have to write a workflow custom. But I was assuming, or maybe my expectations or Sailpoint should have some kind of a written, because it's a usual activity. In every tool, before every usual activity, we have things written already, so that we don't have to write so much of code for that. So I was assuming that there would be a very direct connector to Active Directory for the join events, rather than writing so much of a code. When it comes to provisioning, as you said, it's true, so no need to create some custom provisioning policy, provisioning rule or workflow? Is it clear? I'm saying so. Provisioning rule. No need to create how the provisioning is going to be. We have out-of-the-box provisioning. We can follow? Where is that out-of-the-box provisioning? So somewhere in the LCM? Okay, in the LCM provisioning only. It's not about only Active Directory or any other application. Okay, let me show you, and after that I'll come. Okay, so we'll plan to submit on access request for Active Directory. So I already requested. So let's go one by one. Click on Next. Click on Submit. So I think you are getting confused with provisioning and creating account. Creating account is different. Provisioning is different. The provisioning is creating account in the application. And this is universal state. Okay. Yeah, no issue. So creating account, we have to create some custom workflow. I didn't get your question exactly. I think that's what I'm thinking. Let me go through this. If you have any questions. Yeah, let me tell you what I'm looking for. The thing is, what I'm looking for is we have in directories. Some of the in directories. We do access request page because we don't want every user to get the access or maybe account created in the in directories. You know there are some applications, right? We don't give not just the access word, we don't create accounts in every application for every user unless they request it. So this is one thing, But there are some like Active Directory. We don't create based on request. We create it for everyone, be it contractor, be it employee. Everybody's account has to, because everybody has to log into the system. They have to have some kind of a system, and they have to log into the domain controllers, right? So every account. So what I want to understand is how this happens. Creating account, which we call provisioning to the Active Directory. How we can do it automatically. As soon as a user is hired through the HR system, and we get the identity created in a Sailpoint, how it can automatically push the account to the Active Directory.